Clara James, Sarah Whitman, and Lily James III, names forever entangled in a web of obsession, loss, and murder. One vanished without a trace. One was found posed like a doll in the woods. And one orchestrated it all with a calm smile and a counselor's voice. Clara James was the woman no one suspected, the trusted school counselor, the loving foster parent, the friendly neighbor. But behind her soft-spoken nature was a cold, calculating killer who turned childhood innocence into her twisted signature. This is not just a story about murder. It's a descent into the mind of one of the most dangerous women in America's prisons. America's prisons are home to some of the most dangerous individuals in the world, men and women alike. But hidden behind high walls and steel bars are stories darker than the worst nightmares, committed not by hulking figures, but by women who blend deception with brutality. Today we delve into the chilling case of Clara James, teacher, mother, and now inmate number 440,982, whose name still haunts law enforcement across 3 states. Her case is not just a tale of crime. It's a lesson in how evil can wear a smile. Clara James wasn't the type you'd expect to see on the evening news, let alone shackled in a courtroom. At 36, she was a respected school counselor in a small Oregon town, known for her gentle voice and patient demeanor. She ran book clubs, volunteered at food drives, and even fostered abandoned pets. But beneath the polished surface, Clara harbored secrets so disturbing, even seasoned detectives were left speechless. The first hint of her double life came in 2015, when a young woman named Sarah Whitman was found dead in a remote forest. Her body posed unnaturally and surrounded by children's toys, eerily symbolic. The case went cold for 3 years, with no suspects and no leads. What no one knew was that Sarah wasn't the first victim, and certainly not the last. In 2018, a nearly identical scene was discovered across the state line in Idaho. The victim, another woman in her 20s, was again surrounded by children's items this time, scribbled storybooks and a broken rocking horse. It was clear the killer had a disturbing obsession with childhood and innocence, but still no clues. It was on T until a third victim surfaced this time just miles from Clara's hometown that the pieces began to fit. A local librarian found surveillance footage of a woman leaving the library hours before the murder. Her face partially hidden, but her build and gait unmistakable. Clara James was arrested 2 weeks later after police uncovered a hidden storage unit in her name, containing what they described as a museum of grief. Inside were dolls, blood-stained nursery rhymes, and personal items from each of the victims. During the investigation, authorities unearthed a pattern that shocked even the most hardened profilers. Clara had targeted women who resembled her teenage sister, Lily, who vanished in 1999 under suspicious circumstances. Her obsession with recreating and controlling perfect endings had turned deadly. She confessed to the murders, but always claimed she was giving them peace. What made Clara especially dangerous wasn't just her ability to kill but her ability to blend in. She manipulated those around her, maintained a flawless record at work, and even passed psychological evaluations with ease. She fooled experts, friends, and even her husband, who insisted she was incapable of harming a fly. Her calm demeanor never cracked not in interviews, not in court, not even during sentencing. Today, Clara resides in Florence ADX, one of the most secure women's prisons in the country. She spends most of her time in solitary confinement, reading children's books and writing what she calls corrected fairy tales. Officials have described her as compliant, yet chillingly vacant, never showing remorse, never breaking routine. And perhaps the most terrifying part? Clara never raised her voice. She never acted erratically. She smiled. She listened. She seemed normal. Because in Clara James's world, monsters don't growl, they whisper.